In this video, I'm going to tell you why and how you should be mounting your RIFs on your wall. Now, where have they gone, you may wonder? Well, they haven't been put up yet. Movie magic. I'm going to be going through the whole process of mounting my RIFs on the wall with you in today's video. Now, why should you mount your RIFs on the wall? Well, I think it's easy to say that our RIFs are things that we're proud of. Like, we put a lot of time, effort, energy, and money, but don't tell her about that, into making these our own. We want to customize them, we want to put cool sights on them, we want to put cool grips on them, attachments, accessories, everything. We want to put everything we can in these things to make them our own, so it only makes sense that we display them properly. And also at the moment, with us being stuck indoors, we can't go out and play Airsoft. Or if you're in the future watching this, we were quarantined. We were quarantined for literally months. No playing Airsoft for months. Madness. So we had to find other ways to get our Airsoft fix, and today my Airsoft fix is going to be putting my RIFs on the wall. I've got two RIFs that I'm going to be mounting on the wall today. I've got my Crytek CRB here, looking all lovely, and I've also got my Silverback SRS A1 26-incher. Oh, he is a big boy, and they're both going to be going on the wall right about there. But first things first, what do we need to do in order to get them on the wall? Well, first of all, pick where they're going to go, and that's done already because they're going to go right there. Second of all, how are we going to mount them? Well, generally hooks is a good idea, although my mate Will, he did this with his stuff and it looks sick. However, I don't really want to spend money on supplies and go out and do stuff, so although yours is sick, Will, I'm just going to hang mine up and, you know, a nice easy way. Now, as many of you know, I have a 3D printer. So what I've done is I went online, found a file for a heavy duty hook, and I've printed myself off a few of these bad boys. So I did squish them a little bit because I wanted to make them a little bit thinner. But yeah, I've got these. They take the weight of the RIFs really, really well. So hopefully when they go on the wall, they're not going to fall off. So we got the hooks, we got the RIFs, we've got the location. Now we need to get some mounting hardware. So we're going to be using some standard generic kind of like concrete wall plugs. The wall that we're going to be going into is a solid wall. It's not a hollow wall. It's not got like, you know, plasterboard on the top. So we need some solid wall plugs that can go in there and keep everything nice and solid. But we're also going to need some screws, and the only screws that I was able to find in the house, because I don't want to go out and buy some more because it's dangerous out there, are these ones. But they're pretty long boys, and by I say pretty long boys, they are way, way too bloody long. So first things first, gonna grab my mole grips, I'm gonna trim them down, trim, and I'm gonna trim them down. Next step now is to get the right size drill bit and then start putting some holes in the wall. No. First of all, we need to decide whereabouts on the wall exactly each RIF is going to go. Kind of do it by eye and then go from there. These are our wall plugs here. So what we need to do is find the right size drill bit that is the same size as our wall plugs. So if we come in here, we can grab this one for now. Is that the right kind of size? I mean, that kind of looks okay. Maybe a little bit small though. Do we have another one we can potentially use? Maybe this little chap. I mean, that's not too shabby. Nice. I am actually going to do this one properly, although usually when I do this kind of stuff I don't. And I'm going to do just some small pilot holes first of all, before we put the big screws in, and then hopefully that'll make everything much more accurate. My thinking is M4 right about here, I'd say. So, something like that, right about there. Looks quite nice. And then SRS underneath, maybe like there or so, because then if I wanted to, I've probably got a little bit of room in the middle to mount some pistols. So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to go for. Now, in order to get the right spacing, I'm going to take a screw, which I haven't attached yet, put that into the bracket with a little bit poking out, and then I can take that bracket with a little pokey bit through, put it under the RIF where I expect it to go, then put it on the wall roughly where I want it to be, and then when I'm happy with the placement, push that into the wall with the pokey bit, and I've got a little dimple in the wall so I know exactly where I need to drill. Ah, there it is. Now it's drill time. So what I'm going to do, chuck in a little bit. I mean, it's still pretty you know, large compared to the smallest ones, but it's a lot smaller than the bigger one that we're going to use. So what we're going to do is get this in there and get a hole in. Where is my hole? There it is. Right, so we're going in just like that. Pilot hole, done. And now it's time for the bigger one. Now I'm going one size below what I think I'm going to need, just because I want to make sure that if this is the right size, it's good, and if it's too small I can always make it bigger. If it's too big, I can't make it smaller. I'm also going to take a little bit of this masking tape here. Now what's that for, you may say? Well, I'm going to measure the depth of the wall plug against the drill bit. I know that the depth, max depth, is here, and I'm going to take that tape, wrap it around the drill bit, just like that, and now I know once I drill that far into the wall, that's as deep as I need to go. Just like that. Let's see if this wall plug fits. Tiny bit too small. Let's go a size up. Just a few cheeky taps to get that right the way in, and that is looking good. Alright, now what I'm going to do, take a hook, screw that into that hole there, and then once that's in, I can mark the lower hole, and then we can drill that in too. There we go. We're not going to pilot this one, just to see what happens. There we go. There's hook number 1 on. Let's make sure it takes the weight okay. Boom. Look at that. Not a worry in the world. Not a single worry. So now what we need to do the exact same again on this side, but we need to make sure that it's going to be nice and level, and making things level is something that I quite famously struggle with, but hopefully this time it won't be a struggle. Using the exact same technique again, putting a screw into the top hole of the hook, just so you get enough poking through, about there, like that. I think that'd be a nice way to balance it up, to hook it up. Yeah, let's go for that. Now remember, boys and girls in YouTube videos, you need to make sure you use the R word, RIF, which means replica imitation firearm. Hooray! Just because there is a lot of suspicion that if you use the G word, that you may get, you know, affected in the algorithm and such. So that's why we always use RIF here. That is right about perfect. Look at that. Lovely job. Right. Let's get the other screw put into the bottom of this hook and do the same again for the SRS. 1 down, 1 to go. I think it looks pretty damn good. But now, time to start on the SRS. It's a lot heavier, so hopefully the hooks are up for it. These hooks and these hooks, which are the ones I'm going to be using for the SRS, are slightly different. On the outside, they all look exactly the same. However, the outside edge walls of these ones are thicker, and also there's more infill, which means there's more material inside of these hooks, because I want these to be stronger. Now, as many of you may know, the SRS is a ton heavier than your standard M4. Now, the Crytek CRB is a full metal construction, apart from the buttstock and the grip, but that's pretty much how all metal RIFs are constructed anyway. But even with that, the SRS is just a ton heavier. So yeah, need to make sure those hooks are extra strong. Fresh off the printer, and you know what? They actually do feel a fair bit heavier, which is very good to see. Appear to have broken my screwdriver handle. Now with the SRS, the center of gravity, because it's a bullpup, is generally around this area here. And as much as it would be cool to like have the other stand out this side, I feel like the further away it is from here, the more weight this hook is taking. So if I can have this more supportive, the direct weight, I feel like that's going to be a good shout. So I think somewhere around here is probably where it needs to go. Moment of truth. Yeah, that works. I'm happy with that. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, loving that. Absolutely loving it. Oh. Now, what do we need to do next? Well, tidy everything up, have a little bit of a hoover, get the dust away, and then we'll reveal it to the missus and see what she thinks. Do you want to come and see? Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so shut your eyes. I'm gonna pull you in. Here you go. Come in. Come in. Okay, and open them.
Oh, that looks really good.
Hooray!
Yeah, that's really good.
Look at that. She likes it. Yay!
Yeah, they look really good.
Cool. Hooray! High five. Yeah. Woo! Now I need to buy more RIFs to put on the wall.
I need to buy more guns.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what RIFs are?
Yeah, that's what RIFs, because we can't use the G word. I had to beep you then.
Oh.
So I could buy more now.
Guns.
Stop it! Stop it! No! Okay, stop it. No. I'm gonna run out of beeps for her. But yeah, she likes it, which is good, and means I can probably get more now, because we've got... Look how much wall space there is! Loads of it, absolutely loads. However, this bit here, even though that PC case is there now, what I'm thinking is putting up another hook so I can hang my bag. And then that can go there. Because having it on the floor is a little bit of a pain, and I don't really have anywhere to put it because it's like floppy, so hanging it up may be a viable option. However, it takes like 2 and a half hours, 2 hours to print each hook, so I can't do that now. So I'll print another hook, maybe get the bag up, and if I do, I'm sure you'll see that in a future video. But for now, that's me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions, let me know. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you soon. Aww. Like and subscribe for Simba the cat. You love it. He'll love you. Ooh, stretchy puss.